literally, you know, we are one of the fastest growing political parties in the country.
Like PA.
Baba.
Podcast affirmation.
Like PA. That's correct. So nina namankhula young South Africans. Funeke sibe nento yethu ezwenza ukuthi the future of this country masibheka sizothi one day nathi we can't just be drinking from the old wine skins in that sense. We can't literally be doing that. We have to sit down, if you look at the politics of 94, and I don't want to, and I always say to Abantu, even if you weren't interested in politics, politics was interested in you. Because if you are a young man, you didn't have a choice. I always tell people, where's we and the petrol bomb before you could ride a bicycle? Because not be politically alerted, active, you could not be. I was raised in a Catholic school by a Catholic nun, Sister Monica, and Sister Christina, to be correct. Sister Christina was a black consciousness activist.
Yeah.
Besithi masifika esikolweni, I used to get to school 8 in the morning and leave at 5. The afternoon I would sit in her office and she would educate us about what it means to be proudly black. Because some people confuse black consciousness with the idea of saying what it's anti-white. Cannot be. It is an affirmation that black is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is the notion that says we can stand and uphold our dignity. So Sister Christina would literally educate us and include
as a BOSA, yini nimisele ngokuyenza ukuthi bese nithathile oba nithatha nini na next year like
2024 asiye.
Niyathatha next year
asiyeni. For young people, next year. Because I want young people to come out and know this is their country. As I want to tell you, I always say to young people, I'm married to one wife, we have 3 children. Once those 3 children can vote, 18. Even in we have a conference, do we want chicken or do you want beef? If they vote, by a win. It's not that my vote is counting more than theirs. Because if the 3 of them agree, Agna veto. Even in our democracy in this country, young people must remind themselves, Agekone veto. Aguna vote ebalwa 3. It's the same, 1-1. Young people must know that and they must go because they're in the majority. The median age of Africa is 23. There are young people in this country. Young people, if they are registering a weekend, 18s, 19, they must go register to vote. Because I've traveled both to Palestine and Israel. I've seen both sides. I've met with both sides. So I have an understanding, at least, from being on the ground.
Yeah.
So I feel in some ways it helps you get perspective.
Yeah.
In fact, the initial strike in Gaza and where it is, we were at that kibbutz. So I've seen the setup. The first and most important thing is that both groups, Palestinians and Israelis, agree on a 2-state solution. They agree on it. Right? So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is we must treat Hamas as a unique case. And not always synonymize Hamas with Palestinians.
By a terrorist organization.
These people are all the same. Sometimes in certain instances, when you saw what Hamas was also doing in Gaza, you could appreciate there were some challenges, if we're willing to be honest. This provocation that has taken place and the fight that has occurred,
provocation by Hamas.
At its beginning, we cannot dismiss the fact that you can't simply launch an attack on people and not expect for them to be able to retaliate. Thirdly, we must be clear. So I mean that was a brutal attack. Let's be fair. We must also know
Hamas to Israel now.
Correct. And I condemned it. I'm not going to shy away from that point. I condemned it and still would. As further on going from there, now what we've got to figure out quite quickly is that now that there's a full blown out conflict, we must strive for peace. I don't think the world needs another war. I really don't.